Uganda y'enkya.
This parliament as an institution has been in the media, and what is there is now becoming an issue of public concern as to why it cannot be resolved. Honorable members, the cause of action why our comrades are out of parliament did not originate from this house. Neither did it originate from the decision of the presiding officer. Some of these actions originate as far back as 2020. 2020, none of us was in this house. And there is sufficient laws in this country where someone is aggrieved and he reports it to either police or he goes to court. And in case he's aggrieved by the decisions of this house, he can follow it within the rules. So in that respect, can we appeal to our colleagues in the event that the cause of action was not by this house to take appropriate measures by reporting the matters where they are supposed to report them? In case they think they cannot be listened to there, and there are members of parliament who can be listened to here, they should formally put it to the presiding officer. The presiding officer will use Article 90 of the Constitution and process this business through the Committee of Parliament. Because this parliament takes decisions on the issues that are processed through the committee. This parliament cannot originate business and take decisions without being processed. Because some of these people who are supposed to appear there cannot come in the chamber. So I would appeal through some members who can access them, let them formally put their case be put into the appropriate processes of channel through Article 90, and in case they don't trust all these committees of parliament, under our rule 190, the speaker has power to put a select committee, and this select committee is selected when both sides agree. The both on the government side will propose names, and the other side they propose names, so that these matters can be resolved. Because of some of these subject matter is not a member of parliament. So I would appeal to you, Madam Speaker, that we take that direction and we get out of the media, because neither you nor members of parliament were a cause of action. I thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Honorable members, that has already been said. The cause of action was not by this house. The decision was not by the speaker. We inherited problems way back from Mukura. The people were burnt in Mukura. Arobo is also going to start now on that. So we inherited this, so we should not be held. I should not be held liable, because it happened when I was not there. It did not happen in this house. And it is only this house that we can be able to resolve such issues. When we are all here, we will all stand for the good of the people outside there. But if we choose to address some of these issues in the boardrooms, then the public will judge us. And I'm leaving it to the public to judge, because you never know. And as Honorable said, if it is something really that we should handle, then we can even go for a select committee and have a report presented to this house. If government is failing to respond, and to the best of my knowledge, government has not failed to respond. But government cannot respond to people who are not there. The ones who asked for the report are not in the house. Let them come back to the house and we give the report. And government, can I hear from you?
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, for all intent and purposes, government had indicated on this floor that not once, not twice, we had meetings chaired by the Right Honorable Speaker, chaired by the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker many times on the same subject matter. The same subject matter on human rights was debated through ministerial statements on the floor of Parliament. The other day when the Deputy Speaker was chairing, he enumerated the times. The same subject matter on human rights were investigated, including a parliamentary committee in charge of human rights investigated the same. The Uganda Human Rights Commission investigated the same. Some of the suspects have been charged in courts of law. We have indicated here. Right Honorable Speaker, to the best of the understanding of government, we have done our part. We are respecting the decree by the presiding officer then to say government was given 30 days. But to the best of our recollection, we have explained, honorable members, this is the same list that was submitted to Human Rights Commission. Same list submitted to a parliamentary committee that reported on the floor. Same list investigated by the different agencies of government. For how long will this parliament continue with this legislative activism? For how long? For how long? For how long? Right Honorable Speaker, as a government, we committed here. I remember the Honorable General David Muhoozi stated in very clear terms that because the presiding officer gave us 30 days.
Sit. I just wanted the House to know that you are around. Yes, sit.
So, Right Honorable Speaker, we would want to join you as the presiding officer to support you to use all the mechanisms within the rules of procedure to compel our colleagues to come back to the House. You can invoke even certain provisions. Because the truth is, they left this House on their own. Now they want to be aided by ourselves to bring them back. That we first explained here. We are going to politely decline, Right Honorable Speaker. There is time for everything. Even under the law, there's what we call the Limitations Act. Everything has a limit. For how long are they going to stretch us? Everything has a limit. And I beg to submit.
Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Isaac Otim Giupadire County. I take this opportunity to congratulate you for the good blessings and also to wish you a happy birthday. I understand it is, I saw it somewhere on the platform. How happy birthday, please, Madam
Thank
Speaker.
thank you so much. And I also want to wish a happy birthday to Honorable Achayo, Honorable Caroline, and my big sister, the Right Honorable Speaker of Tanzania, Dr. Tulia. Thank you.
Thank you very much. May you live to blow as many candles as possible. Right Honorable Speaker, I thank you very much for the stand you have taken against this matter. It is sad that for the last month, our colleagues have actually tried to turn the name of this parliament and drag it into the muds. We cannot allow this place to turn into a theater. Parliament is a place of serious business, Madam Speaker. And they have been trying to drag us all into the muds. And I'm happy that you've taken a stand on this matter. And I actually thank the government chief whip for a very strong statement that he has made on this matter. And it is true, Madam Speaker, we are behind you to take any possible procedural matter in order to make sure that our colleagues are compelled to come back in the House. And yesterday you made a very strong statement. We cannot have our colleagues who have abandoned us here, who have actually left Parliament, to choose and pick the areas of Parliament that they benefit from to continue participating. That cannot be happening. They want to continue traveling abroad. They want to continue attending committees. They want also to go for the East African Games. That we beg, Madam Speaker, that you stand by your ground on that, and we're behind you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Gwang, Honorable Bwalu, and then my brother of FDC.
Madam Speaker, on behalf of my family, I want to begin by saying happy birthday to you and to our twins. I congratulate you. And to the people of Bukedea. Madam Speaker and honorable members, I am happy that the government chief whip has spoken firmly here. But I want to remind you, some of us who have joined Parliament. When I joined Parliament, the 9th Parliament, I found a strong foundation by the Oboas then. As of now, I don't know whether we interest ourselves to listen to the population what they talk about this institution called Parliament. It is true today in this Parliament, we have the nearest big building near us here, which has almost reached Parliament. And Madam Speaker, forgive me to mention this, that with due respect, if you don't stand firm, it's like this institution is becoming a national theater. Why am I saying this, Madam Speaker? We used to admire legislators when we were young people. We used to admire debate of this institution. And it's the reason I endeavor to be here, irrespective from where I come from. But fundamentally today, are we really doing what the people of Uganda sent us to do here?
Honorable Minister, we are doing
Madam
it.
Speaker, there's a reason I'm bringing this. I want just you to give me 1 minute. First, we all want to accept that there is activism at play. And we cannot stop activism at play. I want to implore us that, for me, I'm happy that they are not in the house. And it is important that we continue with our business. Because now we are dealing with the reason why they sent us to Parliament. With due respect, Madam Speaker, they are looking for a scapegoat to return. And I want to appeal to you. Let them stay out. We are losing nothing and we lose nothing. We will continue to transact business on behalf of this country.
Thank you, Honorable.
Honorable colleagues, I want to say this. You were voted to be here by your own people, including those who are out there. And I want to call upon their constraints. If you want to solve a problem, can you solve it when you're out there? Come here and solve a problem here. But now you have chosen to be out. I want to implore my brother, Honorable Mpuga. I have a lot of respect for you. I do not know where you've got that activism from. You are a diplomat. If it is a pressure, please live to who you are. I thank you.
Honorable members, we all need to be in the house. If our colleagues can be able to come back to the house, the same way they left, let them come back. This house belongs to them. The house belongs to them. Nobody chased them. And when they come back to the house, they will get all that they need. And the team out there is not just fighting for the few people. It's about a bigger population. They are doing a good job, but they must do a good job from inside. Because they need support from the whole house. You'll find that the person who was kidnapped may not have been even Nope. Maybe was a relative to one of these NRMs. So let's not take the thing like it is a party issue.
Right Honourable Speaker, I want to thank you that you've held this Parliament together just from day one that you started. Right Honourable Speaker, it is the responsibility of this institution to hold the executive accountable. And if we do not hold the executive accountable, who else is going to do that? I see the debate in this Parliament degenerating between the opposition and the NRM, which should not be the case. The people who this side says have been killed, have been abducted, are our children, they are our relatives, they are our aunties, they are our friends. Therefore, when we are handling these matters here in Parliament, we must be very sensitive to the feelings of all this Parliament and the country, not to degenerate between the opposition and then the NRM. Finally, Madam Speaker, I want to request you that the appeal when I heard from the leader of the opposition was that government must commit to bring a comprehensive list here. Madam Speaker, you have the power, and you have been doing that before. You have helped this country to hold the executive accountable, and it is still within your power. I appeal to you, Madam Speaker, as I sit, that you give the government, the executive, another chance to bring a comprehensive list here of the demands raised by the leader of the opposition so that this matter can be brought to a rest. Because when I hear my friends, when I hear my colleagues say that you compel the opposition to come back to the house, that is not correct. We don't need to compel our colleagues to come to the house. We need to negotiate, dialogue, so that we bring this list together in the house and we discuss it. I thank you.
Honorable Bwalu, for us to hold government accountable, we hold it from the house, not in the boardrooms. Don't degenerate me into going to the corridors. I chair the house, I do not chair the corridors. And members should come to, they were elected to come to this house.
Most obliged.
Yes, Honorable Kimosho, then Daudi.
Thank you. I thought Emmanuel. Thank you.
Hey, Emmanuel, UPC, I mean the FDC.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The other day when my woman member of parliament, Honorable Jane Pachuto Avur, when she spoke on behalf of the Jonam people, the Pakwach people, I couldn't say anymore. I only want to add that a happy birthday after giving birth is double sweetness. Right Honorable Speaker, I have learned something today, which I don't know if I should continue to hold it that way. That when people walk out of parliament and they stay away from parliament, then it can be termed as political activism. I have learned it from here. And I'm saying this because you remember in FDC we used to have activism. I was in the group of Muntu that cherished building the party from the grassroots, not talking too much about activism, claiming our win, which we have not claimed up to now. So whatever people want to describe what has happened, I leave it there. And secondly, Madam Speaker, I know you have made some pronouncements, and I want to go and support my son-in-law, Minister Ogwang. Why should we continue to talk about it? Why don't we just continue with what we have to do? Because...
Thank you. When an elder says, you move on. Next item.
Eddoboozi ly'Abannayuganda lye bayisa mu babaka baabwe muzze mulituuse eri eggwanga bukyansembayo okwogera nammwe ku lw'ababaka bannange mu opposition. Olunaku lwajjo nafunye obubaka bungi okuva gye muli nga mwebuuza wawe tuyimiridde ku nsonga ezabadde mu parliament, naddala ensonga ezasimbye okwogera kwa speaker wa parliament. Njala kutegeeza eggwanga nti ensonga za speaker twazirabye, twaziwulidde, twazitegedde, naye tezikwata ku nsonga zetuliko, ziri ku bintu birala. Era njala kubategeeza nti ensonga ze twayogerako ezatulumya parliament tukyaziriko. Speaker wa parliament tumuwa ekitiibwa, era nga referee atalina kuba na kyekubiira kyetumubanja nti tiimu eri bwebanga ekuba endobo ate talina gyegattako n'ekuba ndobo, alina gyewa red card erekerawo okukola ebikolobero mu kisaawe. N'olwekyo bw'abanga yagiwa ennaku 3 nga zaggwako nga nakati bali mu kwebuzaabuza, obuyinza bw'alina abukozese ababanje bajje bannyonnyole okwebuzaabuza kwe baliko. Yatutegeeza nti ennaku ze baawanga 21 Olwokubiri oluwedde tebagenda kubeerawo. Situlowooza nti bagenda mu buwaŋŋanguse, nti bawaŋŋanguka oba baabuzibwawo. Bwe banaakomawo nga beetegefu okutuddamu tujja kubeerawo. Bwe banga si beetegefu naffe tujja kusigala nga tukola ebirala mu komiti ze tubeeramu, mu kola oversight nga opposition. Ndowooza ebyo tewali asobola bitujjako mu mateeka, tujja kusigala nga tubikola. Era njala kusaba abaka ba opposition obutabeera mu mbeera ya kutya abantu baffe baabalonda okujja okubeera eddoboozi lyabwe. Agala okusamba omupiira waliwo ebibinja ebyenjawulo ebisambirwamu omupiira, osobola okusalawo sikirizo gye zigwa n'ogenda ku trials. Agala okudduka emisinde, ekitongole weekiri ekisunsula abaddusi b'emisinde, ate ne Olympic Games teziri wala. Naye omulimu gwa parliament omukulu kubeera ddoboozi ly'abantu so si kukola bwakazanyirize. Kirungi nnyo ababaka ogenda okwewummuzaamu n'okutegeera abalabe bakola mu nsi endala n'okuwuliziganya ne bannaabwe n'okukola dduyiro. Naye bino bisukka ku dduyiro, n'olwekyo embeera yonna eteeka ababaka mu kutya nti ekibatiisa nnyo. Ababaka ba parliament ndowooza omuwi w'omusolo tusasula bulungi. Sirowooza nti bakugamba nti tojja kutambula kugenda Kigali mu mizannyo, kikujja kuvunaanyizibwa obwakwebwa bw'emyaka 5. okulembera n'okukiikirira bannayuganda n'eddoboozi lyabwe. Ekyokusatu, njala kusaba abakulembeze b'ebibiina by'obufuzi ebiri mu opposition ebyenjawulo, bwe babanga ensonga eziri mu paalamenti tebannazitegeera bulungi, beebuuze kubanga buli kibiina kirina nampala akikiikirira wano. Amaloboozi agava gye bali ag'enjawulo gayinza okulowoozesa abantu okubalowoozesa nti mu opposition tebaliiyo mu bumativu. N'olwekyo tusaba abakulembeze baffe abo bawulirize eddoboozi ly'abantu. Mu butuufu ebirowoozo byabwe bannayuganda balinga nga bitadde kalulu k'ekikungo referendum. Ebirowoozo byabwe ebyokugamba nti bo bali ku byabwe nti ffe tudde mu paalamenti tunyumye emboozi eya bulijjo tetujja kikola. Era ng'omukulu omu bw'abuuzizza, oyinza otya okugamba nti eno ensonga ntono, n'olwekyo weeteekerateekera biddako okuggyako nga ddala byokola tobimala birowoozaako ng'obigwako bigwira bugwizi kiyiifuyiifu. Naye obanga olina obudde obulowooza ku byokola n'olowooza ku bibaddewo mu bululu n'olowooza ku binaddako, tosobola kugamba nti eno ensonga ntono. Sipiika wa paalamenti tumusaba alondoole obudde bwe yawa oba essalira bwe yawa gavumenti bajje bakole statement yaabwe mu paalamenti eddamu ensonga zaffe, kubanga tujjukira bulungi ne sabbiti bbiri eziyise baalaga nti beetegefu. Sipiika n'atutegeeza ku lwokubiri lwa sabbiiti eno nti baliiwo, bwe banaaba bakomyewo tujja kubaawo. Tulinze statement yaabwe, ne bwe bateriiwo tujja kusigala nga tukola ebirala. Mwebale nnyo. Ndowooza ensonga nadde nazitanyiza bulungi. Ekisooka, mu paalamenti tebataputirawo mateeka, ate amateeka abagasomako buli muntu asobola okugataputa obubwe. Ekifo ye bataputira amateeka ebeera kooti, n'olwekyo nesuna kutuuka ku lubu lutwala mu kooti tukyakakasa nti wano wajja kubeerawo okuwuliziganya okw'ekisajja kikulu n'ekikazi kikulu wekibanga gye kiri ekigambo ekyo. Buli omu ategeere obuvunaanyizibwa bwe ate abukole nga bulina okukolebwa. Ekyokubiri, obuvunaanyizibwa bwa sipiika tebusobola kuseeseetwa ne bukolebwa omulala okufaanako n'obuvunaanyizibwa bwa loopu butasobola kukolebwa mulala. Ndowooza singa buli omu ategeera obuvunaanyizibwa bwe n'abukolera mu misitale gyabwo, byonna byonna bye twogerako tebisobola kukemmensa muntu mmeeme. Ensonga esinga obukulu gye twogerako wano nti waliwo ensonga enkulu weeri eddiddwamu nedda. Bwe mubuzaabuzibwa mugireka n'egenda bwetyo nti kubanga ng'omubejja bw'agambye nti abantu ensako yaabwe ejja kendeera. Ndowooza ababaka ba paalamenti basasulwa bulungi era bamativu. Sirowooza nti waliwo omubaka ng'ekimukiriza mu paalamenti okufuna nsako. Era singa omanyi nti ababaka ba paalamenti babeerawo mu ngeri ya njawulo beyond oba okusinga ensako yaabwe kikulu naye si motivation esinga. Waliwo obuvunaanyizibwa obunene obubaleeta okukola. Era omuntu yenna alowooza nti ajja bakwata kakondo abawalule olwa ensako, ndowooza kuba kujja babaka ku mulamwa. Sirowooza nti waliwo omubaka eyalondebwa abantu asobola okuggibwa ku mulamwa olw'ensonga eyo. Ensonga gye tuliko nkulu nnyo, okuddibwamu kikulu nnyo, obwangu bw'okuddibwamu kye kisinga n'obukulu okusingawo. N'olwekyo waliwo ensonga eziri mu ddiiro tezinnaddibwamu. Okuddamu obutereevu, etteeka ekkulu lyetulambika ssemateeka era mwe tutambulira. Amateeka amalala bazzukulu ba nakasatwe, n'olwekyo tegasobola kuba nga gatujja kugoberera ensonga zino enkulu. Omukulu yabuuzizza sipiika ensonga ze twamuwa yazisuula mu kasero. Tazisuulanga mu kasero. Tujja kukwatagana naye n'abamuyambako okutegeera obulungi engeri y'enkwata yaazo. Tewali muntu asobola kwemalirira, ndowooza bwe muwuliziganya. Ate ffe situggalangawo mpuliziganya wakati waffe ne ofiisi ya sipiika. Era tubeera bwetegefu bulijjo okuwuliriza bali kye bamugambye nga referee ataba nakyekubiira. Ensonga bwe zivaayo bulungi nga tuwuliriza nga tuddamu. Bwe ziba nga zivudde mu ngeri yakubetegera nga tusimba nakakongo nga bwe tusimbye olwaleero. Era situgenda kujjulukuka. Sisobola, siri wano kwogerera radio Katwe ndi mu kwogera nsonga ntongole, sisobola kubeera mu mbeera yaku.
Uganda y'enkya.